Have you ever felt like a small voice in a world full of noise? This is a story about a little girl named Sara who lived in a big, bustling city. The streets were always filled with the sounds of cars, the rush of people, and unfortunately, a lot of trash. Every afternoon, Sara walked home from school down the same long, untidy street. Plastic bottles, paper cups, and food wrappers were scattered everywhere, even though trash bins stood nearby, often ignored. One day, Sara saw a group of well-dressed adults standing on the sidewalk. They were laughing and talking loudly, enjoying their drinks and snacks. When they finished, without a second thought, they tossed their trash right onto the ground. They just laughed and kept chatting. Sara stopped. She looked at the trash, then at the bin just a few steps away. Her heart felt heavy. Quietly, she walked over, bent down, and started picking up the litter, piece by piece. She carried the handful of trash to the bin and dropped it inside. The adults noticed her. One of them snickered, "Look at that. We make the mess, and she cleans it up." Another one added mockingly, "She's so small, but she acts like she owns the city." They all burst into laughter. Sara didn't cry or shout. She simply stood still, turned around, and looked directly at them. Her eyes were calm but held a seriousness that went beyond her years. In a soft but clear voice, she said, "Good manners and respect don't depend on being old or young. The real problem is how people are raised." The laughter died instantly. The noisy street seemed to fall silent. One of the men looked down at his shoes, his face turning red. Another stared at the ground where he had just thrown his wrapper. Their confident smiles vanished, replaced by a feeling they hadn't felt in a long time, shame. A few seconds passed, then one of them stepped forward. "You're right," he said quietly. "We grew older, but we didn't grow better." Another man nodded in agreement. "I'm sorry. Little one, you taught us something important today." And then something amazing happened. They started picking up the rest of the trash themselves. They walked to the bin and put everything inside where it belonged. People walking by slowed down to watch. Some smiled, moved by the scene. A small, gentle smile appeared on Sara's face. She turned and continued her walk home. That day, Sara, small in size but great in wisdom, didn't just clean up a small part of the street. She reminded everyone that a little bit of kindness and responsibility can make our world a better, more human place. This story reminds us that no matter our age, we all have the power to inspire change. It's not about grand gestures, but about the small, everyday choices we make. When we choose to do the right thing, even when no one is watching, we make a difference. What small act of kindness can you do today? Thanks for watching. If this story touched you, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content. See you next time.